Hi guys, welcome to Neumagen. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I hope the chat is working this time. At the moment I don't see any chat. If there is anybody in the chat, could you just please write hi so that I can see if it's working or not this time. Okay, I still don't see any chat at all, so not sure what went wrong. But welcome guys, we are here in a small village called Neumagen. It's quite hot today and I'm turning the camera around again, showing you where we are, and I promise you for the next stream I don't use Streamlabs any longer. It's annoying that I can't get any chat at all. So as we got 4 o'clock, we officially start. We are here in a small park named Ausonius Park. Ausonius, he was a Roman poet. He wrote about the Mosella and he really made our region famous. He lived during the 4th century. He worked for the Roman Emperor. He was the second man in the country, in the state. So he also worked in Trier. He was a teacher for the Crown Prince. And here in Neumagen, the little village is famous for old Roman tombs that they found here. They were mainly from the 3rd century and they used them later, at the end of the century, to build a Roman fortress. And those graves, they were mainly from Trier, but they brought the stones towards Neumagen because they needed stones for a nice fort. And here you see the paying of the lease. That's one of them. And apologies for the coughing. I got bad hay fever. It's nice. We got spring. Nice and warm. But bad for people with hay fever at the moment. We will be looking at the second Roman relief here, showing you a family scene in the morning. Typical life for the Romans. Well, for the rich Romans, not for everybody. And here you see a rich Roman lady, and she's getting made up for the day. So she gets her hair done. You see several slaves next to her, just helping her to get ready. And if you were a rich woman, you had your slaves at home. You took a lot of time in the morning to get ready. You had to add makeup, but they used a lead for the makeup, which was quite poisonous. Here we see the little chapel of St. Peter. So it's a Catholic place today, and we still have off-season, meaning not a lot of people here. Most of the restaurants still closed. A few are open during the day. More will open for the weekend. The campground is quite busy, and we will be walking into the little village. So let's just check for traffic because we are walking on the street for a few meters. You see, there is no sidewalk, and sometimes I drive quite fast here. That's why I stopped. We got the Mosel on our right hand side. We are going to end the tour next to the Mosel later. And I'm going to show you how high the Mosel was a few years ago. They often get flooded here, but usually not as bad as during the 1990s. And I try to avoid people coming into the picture because I want to make it available later as well. So, apologies for cutting off a little bit of the picture, but you get a pretty magnolia tree. That's also something nice. And here you see, that's our flood lines. The highest, that's 1993. Just waiting for the cars to pass. And in 1993 it was really bad. So you can see the ground floor completely flooded. And the Mosel is behind us. So you can't even see the river from here. Turning you around again. Here in the village, it's famous for wine, for Riesling. And they claim to be the oldest wine village in Germany. And they claim it because they found an old Roman relief that shows a wine ship. And Ausonius already mentioned it during the 4th century. And he mentioned the wine region as well. Yep, little doggy is not too happy. As you can see, it's still quite empty. So, but it's really a pretty village. And you get more of our old Roman tombs. This one, copy of the cupbearer. And it was really an important job in Roman times. You were close to the emperor. He had to trust you. You gave the food and drink to the emperor, so you had the possibility to poison him. Which means only people who were trusted by the emperor got this position. And some nice decorations. Yeah, and here for our teachers coming up quite soon. First the family, but quite soon we will get the famous school scene. You see the teacher is sitting in the middle, students sitting next to him, a smaller kid is coming. And during Roman times you had no public school. So rich families, they usually had a slave to do the work, often from Greece. And they are showing it off here. They show off that they can afford it. That they're rich enough to can afford a teacher for their kids. Others were not so lucky. And other teachers were not so lucky as well. If you were a teacher who worked on a freelance basis, you were paid per pupil per month, and you often taught your school kids on the street. So this one, he was able to teach in a home. And you see the boys, they are learning to read, to write. And we are walking towards the church here. We will be out of the sun quite soon. And here they had a small Roman fort during the 4th century. Not big, about 110 meters to 130 meters. It was to protect the area from those Germanic tribes. They made trouble and they wanted to protect the area. And it was here in Neumagen where Emperor Constantine had his famous vision. He was the Roman emperor who legalized Christianity. Beforehand, you were not allowed to be a Christian. But Roman Emperor Constantine, he had a dream at night. And during his dream, he had this vision. If I paint the symbol of the new forbidden religion, Christianity, onto my weapons, I'm going to win my next important battle. So he tried it, and he did win. He legalized Christianity. It was not a state religion yet, but you were allowed to be a Christian now. And he became a Christian as well, but quite late, on his deathbed. They believed if you became a Christian quite late, and you were baptized and died immediately, more or less, you went into heaven because you had no time to commit a sin. And that's how the soldiers lived here in Neumagen. That's how they imagine this tiny, tiny fort looked like. So we are in the middle of it. You've seen the camping next to the riverside, and it's really, really tiny. But it was enough to protect the village. And it helped to protect the region. Stop people going to Trier, which was a capital. Trier, it's not far from here, about 30 kilometers. Here, our old Catholic church. 18th century mainly. The church is closed, only open during church services. So sorry, I can't take you inside. But I'm taking you to the next Roman relief. This time they show you how they managed the vineyards in Roman times. So this slightly peach colored thing here, that's our wine. And they tried to make it grow like an aid. Helped them to harvest. And today we still do it sometimes like a heart. And on the left hand side, if you look at the bottom, you see some enemies who wanted to eat the nice grapes. We got a squirrel on the left hand side and some starlings on the right hand side. They love getting some nice grapes as well, but people who own the vineyards don't like it. If you look down here, you see a lot of slate. Slate is the main material in this region. So we got walls from slate. Some of the roofs are with slate still. In former times it was from the region. Today they import it from Eastern Europe because it's cheaper. But in former times you found it in the vineyards and used it. And slate is quite good because it doesn't burn. So we are going to see if you have timbered houses as well, but also stone houses. And stone houses have the huge advantage they don't burn down so easily, especially not if you handle open fire and candles. If you want to come here for a holiday, that's a cute little holiday home you could rent. So, really cute, tiny little place where you could spend a nice evening. Yeah, the area mainly lives from tourism and wine, but the season hasn't started yet, really. I actually was lucky to get a Coke this afternoon here. It will start around Easter when most of the cruise ships are coming back. At the moment you get people who camp, but not a lot of tourists. And they stopped working here, which is great. So not only a pretty tree, but some of the nice animals I had here in former times as well. Oh, little kitty on the left. Kitty watching our wild animals we had here beforehand. So we had wild bears, we had boars, and today we got cute kitties enjoying the sunshine. And you see lots of people got decorations that copy the Roman times here, that have something to do with wine, with vineyards. And Straußwirtschaft means it's kind of a pub owned by a winery, and they are only open several weeks per year. So it's not a full restaurant. You get probably some cheese, some bread, nice local wine, but they're only open about 2 to 3 months per year. And here we got a Roman milestone called Leugen stone, and we are about 15 Leugen from Trier, meaning 33 kilometers. So that's how it looked like originally. And we are on the road of Ausonius. That's a Roman map here. So quite interesting. We got the Mosel. We are in the country of the Treveri, so the people who lived here, the Celtic tribe before the Romans came. And it shows the Roman trading routes. And here on the map you see how tiny the Roman fort actually was. That's Neumagen today, and this grey line, that's actually the old Roman fort. So we are walking along the main road here. It's quite busy during the season, and I know some of the bus drivers are going to hate me because I'm going to force them to drive down here during the season. But that's what our people want to see. And here you see some of the typical houses. They're more modern on the right hand side, but we are going to see a few houses from the 17th and 18th century as well quite soon. Let me check. There is not a lot of traffic, but they often drive quite fast and I don't want to run. You see lots of slate everywhere. Nice flowers already. Even wild ones here. You can even find some in our vineyards. And you can buy some nice flowers here as well. And most of the smaller wineries, they offer their wine here. You can buy it directly. Not sure if they're going to ship it to the US any longer. We are going to see what's going to happen. And now imagine in summer you can sit outside, enjoy a glass of wine. People enjoying their balcony here. And you see the street, cobblestones. So if you come to the Mosel, well, don't take too many flip-flops. Take proper shoes. We still have a lot of cobblestones. It can be quite hilly in the villages. Here our St. Peter from the other side. So we started in the park down on the left hand side. And we are taking a nice walk through this little village. The big yellow house here, it was a foundation for the poor people. And you see, it was owned by somebody who had a lot of money. Looks quite pretty, quite big, but it's not the main attraction here. The main attraction is on this side, and that's our pretty wine ship. The original is in the Rhine State Museum in Trier. We also got several copies of it, but they found it here. And you see, it looks a little bit like a battleship. And the Romans often used their battleships for transport as well. And we believe whoever had this on his grave was a wine merchant. Because people like to show off, they like to show off their jobs, their family life. And it was kind of an advertisement. And here we are a little bit too early for the flowers. In former times it was a place where you could put your horse. But today they use it for flowers. And here we are seeing some of the half-timbered houses. I'm also going to show you a small one that they believed was used just by a bachelor or as a retirement home. Not the big one, but small one coming up. Not sure what's coming. Makes a lot of noise for such a small thing. And here we believe it belonged to the Jewish community once. and the small yellow one coming up on the right hand side. That's something used by a bachelor's, I believe, but by a rich one. And today it's called Weinstube, meaning you get nice Mosel wine in here. So something really nice if you like Riesling. And you see, it's a main road, but it's quite narrow. So that's why I prefer doing the Neumagen tour when it's not in the middle of the season. It's less crowded. And here you see the typical decorations. People start decorating for Easter, and the writing on the door, that's usually done in January. And little kids bless the house, it's for the 6th of January. So it's done by the Catholic Church. They dress up as the 3 wise men and they come and bless your home. And you donate a little bit of money for whatever charity they want. It's usually something for kids, so it's never a bad cause, and it's really traditional. And here you see we are in a Catholic area. Those crosses here are quite common. And here people have already started to decorate for Easter. They also do it like this for Christmas, but then they use Christmas bulbs, and this time it's Easter eggs. And another pretty cross on the right hand side. You see the vineyards at the back. So we are in the middle of the vineyards here. Oh, and look, we got a gardening gnome here. Germany is famous for gardening gnomes. I've seen a few here in Neumagen, but I don't know anybody who owns one. But apparently we are famous for gardening gnomes. And evening rush hour starts. It's Friday, so people get off from work for the weekend. We got 4:30 now, so a lot of people might go home earlier. And I wanted to show you this tower. That's one of the oldest here, 12th, 13th century. And those are those little gems you see when walking through smaller lanes. And also pretty spring decorations as well. Last time my signal worked down here. I hope it's still working. It's one of those typical smaller lanes. And now imagine in former times you had your ox wagon and you had to drive down here. Probably not exactly funny. Today it's just for pedestrians. You wouldn't be driving down here, but we are walking towards the Mosel. And in summer you can even do a nice Mosel cruise here. And they rebuilt an old Roman ship and they use it. But they added a motor today, so you don't have to row yourself. You can a little bit for fun, but they don't make you work. They usually do it in summer. You get a little bit of wine, you meet friends, and it's just a nice way to explore the area here. So we soon will be back at the Mosel. I mean, I can't be doing a tour of Neumagen and not showing you the Mosel. So let's continue. And I really promise you, next time I'm using a different software to stream, because it's annoying that I can't see a chat. Here we got a wine press. And got our Mosel down here. Hang on. Trying not to fall down, but taking a shortcut. And here we are in the harbor area. Local wildlife. And you see we got vineyards on the other side as well. Quite steep ones. And it's often a good quality in the steep ones. It's a lot of work. It's difficult work. You still have to do a lot by hand. But it's good quality. And they warn you that you shouldn't be driving into the river here. Giving you a last nice shot of our Mosel. And next week we will be in Mettlach, so on the Saar River. I hope the weather is as nice as today. I will add a few more tours, but I have to check my schedule first. And I hope I can fix this chat issue. The tours will be added on the original calendar that Lynn and Annette did. I will add it on the ex-Heiko calendar as well. But those are the only two that I will check. So in case if I have to reschedule, those are the only two that are reliable. Not any calendar that's new, that's copied. Only those two, because I'm quite busy at the moment preparing for the season and I don't have the time to deal with lots and lots of different calendars, so two are enough for me. I will also post on the Facebook groups. I hope to see you next time and I hope to see the chat. And please go to my colleagues' tours. Not sure who is on today. I've seen, I guess Patrick is on. He's in the UK at the moment, later. And not sure who's after me. But check them all out. They're all doing great tours. We all like showing off our regions. So please support the guides, the different ones. Come to our tours, spread the word. And if you could, buy us a coffee. So thanks for coming and bye guys.